So yeah, what is up guys, Ghost here, and today got you guys a video where I'm simply going to be going over the no-skill weapons here in Call of Duty. Just some weapons that literally take little to no skill to use that are really easy. So I did a poll a few days back ago asking what are some no-skill weapons in COD, and I put down some weapons, and out of those weapons, the NOOBTUBS and the Brekkie won. Obviously, there's way more than those ones, so let's just go over all of them, and I'm going to be reading your guys' comments from that community post. So, guys, for sure, go to my community tab and vote on my polls and keep interacting and commenting on my polls and posts if you guys want to possibly be in a future video. Let me know down below in the comment section, though, what are some weapons that you hate dying to that take no skill in your opinion? If you like this type of content, for sure consider subscribing with notifications turned on from personalized to all so you never miss a video like this from me. Lastly, I'll be live on Twitch by the time you'll be seeing this. If I'm not live, then for sure consider following because I interact with you guys all the time over there in the chat over on Twitch. Let's get to 10,000 followers over there, best we can. So let's get right into the video though. So of course, the first weapon we have here is the Brekkie. So let's read some comments from you guys. A Brekkie isn't that good. It's easy to kill a Brekkie user. Nah, this is a sarcastic comment for sure. But Cringe says, I love watching people use the Brekkie because it reminds me that there's even more disappointing people than me. Sheesh. Hands on the Brekkie, this piece of poop was my first and last ever season to quit in BO3 on the first week since release, and it was one of the reasons why my PlayStation is completely broken, technically because my rage quits. Everyone hates the Brekkie, but everyone has a class with it. This is proven in every game when someone uses it, because as soon as one person whips it out, the rest of the lobby will soon follow until all you can hear is the melody of 12 Brekkies blasting at once. Brekkie, bruh, that hits you like Requise. If you get that joke, you get that joke from Jeff. And lastly, come on, let's be real. The Brekkie is the gun that even a bot can use and still drop a 10 bomb. So as you see, people dislike the Brekkie, and they know that it's incredibly easy to use, especially back in the day when the jitter mod was was there with the Brekkie, and you could hella spam this thing even more. But let's go on to the next weapon. The next weapon we have here is the 725, but mostly the pre-patch 725. So Golden Riot says it takes absolutely zero skill to use a 725. It's easier to use a 725 than it is to breathe. Last comment here says the pre-patch 725 was so broken and required no skill since it was a shotgun. Even a donkey could get a nuke with it as a level 4. So yeah, the 725, if you remember, at one point when the game first came out, was so easy. It had insanely ridiculous range, and you know, even now it's still pretty good. And I say most shotguns kind of take no skill, and this is one of them. And also, guys, by the way, we're getting so close to 10,000 followers on Twitter and Instagram, so let me know if you guys do follow me over there, and I'll be giving away actually a few PSN or Xbox Live cards. So if you guys want to win some, then for sure go follow them and let me know you came from this video. Moving on, next we have fire shotguns, and most of the ones from World War II as well with Modern Warfare. First comment here says the fire shotguns from MW 2019 are stupid. All you do is get close to somebody and shoot. R90 shoddy with Dragon's Breath in Modern Warfare. 725 and fire shotguns are the less skill needed guns and the most annoying ones. Any fire shotgun in MW 19, any fire shotgun. So basically, as you guys have been seeing, fire shotguns are so stupid to go up against. I don't know why, just something about it, like when you see it, it's like, man, like they really scope down to the lowest of the low to be so toxic against you, especially on shipment with what I'm doing right here. It's so easy, and I feel bad, man, just killing these guys with the fire shotgun. It takes no skill. But let's move on to the next weapon now. Going to Black Ops 3, the XMC, aka the MSMC from BO2, is a very broken weapon. Well, at least it was super broken back when it first released in the game. At first, guys, the 3-shot kill range was incredibly far, and I think it had less recoil, but all I know is that the 3-shot kill range was so far, and now they did reduce it, obviously, but even still, it's one of the most easiest guns ever to use in the game, just spraying and having little to no recoil. It's like literally a mini ACR, essentially, in Black Ops 3. Going to Infinite Warfare, we possibly have the most broken gun ever in Call of Duty. It is the Proteus. So this is Korean Savage's gameplay, so shout out to him, obviously. I'll link the video down below in the description, but this is pre-patch footage of the Proteus when it first came out. So literally just for a few hours, it was this broken broken. You can literally no scope anywhere and get like a quad feed with it. It's insane. Y'all remember the Proteus pre-patch? Yeah, broken. The Proteus was like hacking. 100% accuracy was the only time in COD history that everyone was saying he's cheating for a good reason. Pre-patch Proteus was just no scope after no scope. Pre-nerf Proteus and hardcore look in a direction, shoot, get killed, nothing will ever beat that. Don't try and start an argument unless your weapon can get a 6-man in a second. NOOBTUB is in one area, so end of story. So that guy has a point, man. You can literally look in one direction and get a 6-man with it. I don't know why it was so broken, but it was so easy, dude. In hardcore, it was just Proteus after Proteus in the kill feed, and this will never be forgotten in Call of Duty. Never.
Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
Going to Modern Warfare 3 though, we do have the ACR. So Dark Demon says the one I always remember calling no skill is the MW3 ACR. Good damage and range with no recoil. Use that and just laser people across the map. So yeah, you got a point right there. You know, I could have included maybe the MW2 ACR instead, but I feel as though MW2 is a bit different because you have stopping power in that game and you can make guns lasers with that 3-shot and 2-shot with stopping power. So that's why I didn't include the MW2 one, but the MW3 one is just easy. It's so fun to use because it's so good. Stop on suppressor and that gold camel, and then you got yourself a Moab class setup pretty much. But speaking more about pre-patch weapons, as you clearly see, yeah, this is some pre-patch footage that I got of the ASVAL. So this guy says that the ASVAL in MW 2019, I think it's so unbalanced it makes my head unbalanced. ASVAL is horrendous. ASVAL from personal experience, it was the only gun I would get mad at in MW 2019. Every game would be filled with people using it, and it was so effective that no other gun could stand up to it. So yeah, guys, this was how the ASVAL was back in the prime when this first came out. I forgot how people actually found out that this could wallbang. Like, that someone just randomly was like, alright, bet I'll just like wallbang out of nowhere, and then they just found out that it was that broken. But yeah, you could just throw the snapshot grenade and literally shoot across the entire map, through the map of Rust, and get everybody. And this goes for any map. You can shoot through any object and surface, and yeah, you can one-shot people with it. It's insane. Going to Modern Warfare 2, we have Danger Close, one-man army NOOBTUBS. So this is one of the very first original no-skill things ever in Call of Duty. So Chase says MW2 NOOBTUB is the most annoying thing ever. Just look at the direction of your enemy and boom, he's dead. No skill is NOOBTUB 100%. I don't care how overpowered any other weapon was. The NOOBTUB didn't even require fingers. You just needed to be able to hit the fire button, so if you could just click with your nose, you get kills. More of you really voted the Brekkie over NOOBTUBS. At least with the Brekkie, you need to aim. One-man army Danger Close NOOBTUBS were something else. You didn't even have to move from spawn to drop a nuke with it. With the Brekkie, you needed at least to turn your sight to the enemy. With the NOOBTUB, you just needed to shoot. Didn't matter where it would hit. So yeah, that's the thing with the NOOBTUB, man. Like, just shoot pretty much anywhere near the vicinity of the enemy, and boom, they're just gonna die just like that. Especially when you stop on Danger Close in MW2 and one-man army and just get unlimited NOOBTUBs. I mean, this kind of goes for as well with Call of Duty Ghost. It was the same thing. The NOOBTUB was broken as well, and you also had Danger Close in Call of Duty Ghost, but it wasn't as bad and annoying compared to the toxic MW2, which I hope when it gets remastered, or if it does, it better get fixed. Or else. But yeah, just pretty much sticking with Call of Duty Ghost here. This guy says, seems that everyone forgot about the cast stat in COD Ghost with Danger Close on. It was so broken. So this is the cast stat. It's pretty much like a thumper. It's a grenade launcher, and it's that easy to use. And like I said, you have Danger Close in this Call of Duty. So combine Danger Close plus that, it's so annoying. People actually still do this to this day, and sometimes it does make COD Ghost very unplayable, especially on Strike Zone. And it's so annoying. Like, you have no idea how annoying it is to run against this in Ghost, and MW2 as well. Any NOOBTUBs are just so stupid and no skill. Going back to MW3, we do have the FMG9s here. So Chris says MW3 FMG9 akimbo. I know because I had no skill and these things carried me to a positive KD. So even Chris right there just, you know, admitted, like, yeah, he has no skill, right? But using these actually brought up to a positive KD because they're so fun and they're easy to use. Just pull down the trigger and then boom, you got it. You got kills after kills, especially in Infected. It's so fun to use in Infected, man. Especially when these first came out, they're so broken, and if you remember, they nerfed them, but they accidentally buffed them in term of nerfing them. They increased the fire rate on accident back in the day. Going to Black Ops 2, you guys cannot forget about the Target Finder LSAT. Taylor says BO2 LSAT would target finder easily, and then Bean replied saying, bro, gross. That's exactly my thought process. Whenever I see this, it's like, dude, that's so gross. Why are you playing like this? Usually people typically camp in top of like buildings with us, say on Nuketown, or on top of the boat in Hijacked or whatever, and they put their shield down and they just simply wait and just camp until the targets turn red and then they shoot. So that's pretty much how it would be going with the target finder LSAT, man. Going back to 2007 in COD 4, we do have the good old M16. So M16 at the least requires some accuracy, something that I highly lack. The M16 was not skill based at all. It was a game of chance and internet raids. Anyone who's played COD 4 know the M16 red dot with stopping power is literally the most broken god tier gun. COD 4 M16, no doubt, with a red dot, it was over. Easiest kills in COD history. The M16 requires at least a good aim. You have to keep the enemy in sight and hit all 3 shots to get a 1 burst kill to him. So yeah, you guys kind of do have a point with the aiming aspect. You do have to have some good aim and land the burst, land all the shots within the burst to kill the enemy, of course, but sometimes it's not even that hard to aim with the M16 because the red dot will guide you to it, and you'll pretty much snipe people across the map with this thing. Literally 2-shotting people. It's crazy, dude. So going to Call of Duty Ghost, guys, very similar to the Target Finder LSAT, we do have the Thermal M27. So Milk says Thermal M27 in Ghost had to be the most annoying thing ever. All you needed was an IED in a doorway and you're set. Although I voted for NOOBTUBS from MW2, another no-skill weapon in COD is the M27 from COD Ghost. That thing took no skill to use whatsoever. All you have to do is throw your little IEDs in a wall or around a corner and camp like a fat slob for your guard dog or IMS and all your other kill streaks. So that's pretty much how it was for the M27, man. Just you find somewhere to camp with it, you put down your IEDs, and you get the guard dog or the IMS or whatever it was to have it guard your back, and there you go. You just sit camp for the rest of the game. And the thing is, this playstyle is so damn boring. It's so boring to do this, but people still do it. I don't know why. Going back to MW2 though, we have the models. So V from Vendetta says pre-patch model of 1887. Only the OG players remember how broken it was. MW2 models before patch, but only OG fans remember this. So they pretty much said the same thing, and yeah, that's true, man. Pre-patch, you could snipe people across the map with this, kind of similar to the Proteus, but not as crazy as the Proteus, unfortunately. But still, it's a very insane to use, and even in Infinite Warfare, it's super annoying as well. Like, dude, in Infinite Warfare, I hate going up against these weapons, dude. People just fly around straight to your face, just booming you, just blooping you, dude, and it's so ridiculously stupid to deal with in IW as well. You have no idea. Going to World at War though, we have the MP40. So Michael says World at War MP40 with round jump and stopping power was literally a one-shot kill. Dakota says the World at War MP40. Back in the day, it would destroy everything. Myers says, you know what? The MP40 from World at War is one of the douchiest guns in COD history. Just use steady aim, a drum mag, and you're ready to go and got yourself 50 kills a game. Walker says, bruh, the MP40 was golly in World at War with extended mats and stopping power. So yeah, dude, as you see from the gameplay, this literally killed people so fast. It melted instantly, pretty much. You could just hit fire. You don't need to aim with it. But the downside with this is the fact that it has tons of recoil. Even me, it's so difficult to control the recoil sometimes. It's just unpredictable at times. It bounces so much. So that's why most of the time I resort to hip firing, because it's a tiny bit easier, even though there's still lots of recoil when you do hip fire it. But let's move on to the next weapon now. Going back to Modern Warfare, we do have the MP5. With the MW MP5, you have to try very hard not to win every gunfight. Bro, MW 2019 MP5 was so broken that you don't need to spray and pray. You just need to spray. Ah yes, let's make a damn SMG that fires a caliber the size of a fly. You deal 3 less damage than a whole ass machine gun. Talking about the damn MP5 and MW. MP5 isn't a no-skill gun, it's just used by sweats because it's the best in its class. But Brekkie is no-skill and Olympia. So the MP5, I don't know, man. Is it like considered like a no-skill weapon, or is it just considered a very good gun that sweats use? I don't know. I feel like it's just a kind of both, because it's such an easy SMG to use because it's very, very powerful in Modern Warfare. So overall, you can't go wrong using this because it's it's the go-to best overall SMG in the game, pretty much. Going to MW3, we got the MP7, and all these people said the same thing: MW3 MP7. But Mazzy says here, Model 43 MP7, the most broken weapon in COD history, in my opinion. I feel like there's more broken guns than this. I mean, this was just a super good sweaty SMG. Kind of similar to the MP5 as well, but it's different in the sense that this was actually genuinely made to be so easy to use because it had no recoil, it had a very steady fire rate, and it had consistent damage as well. And combine this with specialist bonus, dude, you got yourself a fun time and an easy laser. A laser to use. It's so fun. Going back to Infinite Warfare though, we have the NV4. So IWMV4 deserves a mention for those who play the game. You can start shooting after your opponent and you'd still win the gunfight. The NV4 from Infinite Warfare is literally the most no-skill AR in COD history. No recoil at all, 3 to 4 shot kill. Not even to mention the variant that gave it no range fallout. So yeah, these guys are saying this gun was insane pretty much. No mention of the MV4 from IW. Literally everyone used it because it is an M4 carbine with the future. Agreed, that was an absolute laser beam. The MV4 flatline in IW, watching people like Mercury clowning on that gun because of how OP it was, it is something that cannot be forgotten. So yeah, there was a variant called the flatline, which literally made the damage range fall off like none. It didn't have any type of fall off with the damage. It wouldn't go from a 4 to a 5 shot, it just would be consistently a 4 shot kill across the entire map, even with silencer. So that's why this gun was very good, and on top of that, it had literally 0 recoil. It was pretty much like an ACR from MW2. It was that good, and it's pretty sweaty as well. Lastly now, going to Black Ops 4, we have 2 weapons to talk about. So the Titan is kind of like the M27 and the LSAT from Black Ops 2 and Call of Duty Ghosts, how it's just that campy LMG that you can sit back with and just spray with it. You have no problem. And people do that. They just run an ACOG sight or that oppressor operator mod, which makes your screen shape like an earthquake, and they just pretty much be toxic with it. So yeah, it's definitely annoying. But the last weapon we have here is simply the VMP from Black Ops 4. So the BO4 VMP, like seriously, if I had $1 for every time I got killed, to that I'd have enough money to buy out Jeff Bezos. The VMP and BO4, it's the only gun I see low levels using. They literally can log on to the game and pick any weapon. I think that's true, how like you can log on to the game and you get a free simple weapon grab, I think, if you have a new account, I think. But I could be wrong. BO4 VMP should be on here. It's far more annoying than the Brekkie 2. By far one of the most irritating weapons in COD history. I hate it. The BO3/BO4 VMP was made for sweats and took 0 skills. So yeah, it was obviously in Black Ops 3, but I feel like the Black Ops 4 version was just way more sweaty because Black Ops 4 was just such a sweaty COD compared to Black Ops 3 in my opinion. Even though the BO3 VMP was pretty good, BO4 just outshined it, sorry, and I don't know why, but anyways, that's the whole entire video for you guys. I know I probably missed some weapons, but there's just so many guns to cover in Call of Duty that are quote-unquote no skill, and there's some niche weapons that people think to themselves take no skill as well, but those are most of them as a whole. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed, and if you made it to the end of the video, comment Ghost has no skill. Alright, and oh yeah, I forgot to mention as well, the strobe light shoddy. How could you forget about the flashlight shoddy in Black Ops 4? Even though I don't have gameplay of it, I forgot about it. That one is still stupid and it's broken in Black Ops 4 as well. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.